What's going on, YouTube? Hold on.
Hey guys, I love you.
Ooh, welcome back to What the Football?
What the football?
The Football.
And there it is.
My name is Caleb. I'm your host.
My name
Hey,
is
guys.
Tadhg. I'm your co-host.
There you go.
Hey.
Probably one of the coolest intros we've ever done.
We've done some awesome ones. So.
Oh yeah, a lot of difference between a lot of the intros that we do. Thank you guys for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. And if you're on YouTube, it's probably Saturday afternoon, watching some college football, listening to some What the Football.
The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and our hearts are pounding. And that's what that's what's good.
Easily one of the best intros we've ever done.
That's what's good though. That's what's good. We all want our hearts pounding. So pumping some blood.
I mean, I guess so, because if not, the alternative is literal death.
Boom.
So
underground.
That's the international symbol for death right there. Boom. You're absolutely gone from this earth. Thank you guys for listening. We have week 2 preview, and then our offensive and defensive players for both the AFC and the NFC guesses.
Caleb, I'm crying right now, and I don't really know why.
You're crying?
Yeah, like okay.
Listen, the games are not that good this week.
It's okay. Can YouTube see my tears?
It's okay. I can't. No.
Well, just imagine everyone.
Great. Me and Teague, we're keeping track of our picks this year. We are both 8-8. Not a good start.
Not where you want to be.
Really.
Not where you want to be at all.
But here's the thing: week 1 is always a crapshoot. I mean,
seems like a crapshoot, right? Not if you go through someone's trash.
I don't know what kind of substances me and Teague at this morning, but holy, they are coming into effect. What the Football does not condone the use of any recreational drugs of any sort. We just want to disclaim that we're not on anything. We're just high on how bad these games are this week.
Just high on happiness, guys. High on life.
High on life. I mean, shoot, no other drug I'd rather be taking. I want to crawl into the ground.
I didn't care for the accent you used, to be honest.
We're about 3 minutes in here, and let's actually talk about some football now. We'll start off with Thursday's game. It was
Graham Gano. Can I tell you
exciting game of the week?
From
most
all
likely.
Panthers fans, how heartbreaking it is that we have not had a kicker situation that's been a positive one since Graham Gano. And he just killed it for the Giants. Like, dude, as a Panthers fan, it is heartbreaking because I don't even know. I don't even know who our kicker is.
Here's a Bucker, Graham Gano on the team, both on the team.
And now I genuinely couldn't name our kicker because we just dropped Santoso. I forget who we picked up.
Zane Gonzalez is
that's
who
right.
the Panthers picked up.
Which,
and if you know anything about Zane Gonzalez,
yeah,
pretty sure he was the Browns kicker when they played.
And then
the Saints in week 2.
Joey Sly is the highest scoring kicker from week 1 in fantasy.
Yep.
So like, maybe it's just if they come to our team, they're not allowed to be good.
That's literally the Chargers though. We had Youngway. We had
you had Money Badger,
Josh Lambo,
but luckily Money Badger's trash.
Yeah, thank God. Honestly, Trenton Vizcaino. He looked a little not great. I mean, he made both field goals and the extra point, so like that's good.
That's more than our kicker did. So that's more than our kicker did.
Yeah. Oh no, he made 2 field goals, 2 extra points on Sunday. Not far kicks, and then some of the shorter field goals looked like they were gonna miss until they didn't. So that was a little shocking. But guys, if you make the kicks, I don't care how they look.
We punted the ball from the 30. We had the ball on the 30 and we punted
so
it
bad because we go for it. I don't care if it's 4th and 29. Go for it. If you're not going to kick a field goal there, don't just punt. That's so dumb. Because what if it's a touchback? You're sacrificing 10 yards.
Yeah, no, it was genuinely unreal.
Tell Sam Donald to throw a freaking ball in the end zone. If it gets knocked down, it gets knocked down. If it gets picked, perfect. That's a punt anyway.
Yeah, no, it was very angry to watch, and I was just confused. Maybe it was like the 32, but it was not more than the 35. I'll tell you that much. I know that
rule is just, I mean, fantastic. Wise.
He so far has been good as a coach, to be honest. I saw a stat. Oh, I forget what the stat was, but it was like the Panthers, since Matt Rule has arrived, have like the fewest 3-and-outs in the league, more than like less than like Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, that's good.
Which is like a good sign of good coaching. But like, boy, does it not show up at points. So,
but hey, who knows? They could keep that stat up. Maybe not this week's because of who they play.
Yeah. Hey, but back to the Thursday night game. Daniel Jones. He played
really pretty well.
He played really well. I don't know why the Giants, like, whenever they're in a good position, they like go back to the run game that's not working.
Yeah.
Like, let Daniel Jones win or lose you the game. Don't run the ball like 2 straight plays and give him literally nothing to work with. Like, let him take control. He's honestly probably your best player at that. Definitely in that game yesterday, He was your best player
for sure.
Like, you gotta trust him with the ball. If you say that you trust him, like they do in interviews, that he's your guy, then prove it during a game.
Put the ball in his hands to win you the game.
Yeah,
it's showing no faith in him. If you're just like, all right, we're running it. It's the typical run pass. Like that offense does not work in the NFL anymore.
No,
Anthony Lynn tried to do it so many times, and shock what happened with the Chargers. But you can't run the ball first down, run the ball second down, pass on third down. That doesn't work anymore. You have to pass it more in this league. Pass it on first. So many like the advanced analytics, if you pass it on first down, you have a much higher rate of converting a first down than if you were running on first down.
Yeah.
And teams that pass on first down, like the Chiefs, like the Cowboys are doing, like now, and they look good. I know they lost, but take it with a grain of salt because they look good. A bunch of other teams with really good pass games are passing the ball on first down and converting and scoring points.
Yeah.
Anyway, Thursday's game. Taylor, both quarterbacks had some shocking moments, but overall looked pretty okay.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones was the better quarterback in my eyes.
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke he had a few shocking moments, but again, I don't think
he's also a backup. He is a backup.
Exactly. He's not a top 32 quarterback in the league.
No. That's why they need to bring Cameron in.
Well, as long as he doesn't get vaccinated, that will not happen.
He's selling himself at this point.
He is.
But hey, we're both 1-0 to start the week, which is a major positive.
We are. We both. So yeah, we both picked Washington. I know you guys didn't see that, but we did both pick Washington. And it was so close. The ending, first of all, was ridiculous. I mean, Washington driving up the pick by Taylor Heineke.
Did you see the tweet I sent you?
The one like this morning?
I don't remember when it was, but it was about how Dexter Lawrence was not offside.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That is nuts.
That was last night.
That is nuts. So
I mean, he literally jumped it perfectly.
So technically the Giants were sold by the refs in that game. Right at the end there. Like that should have been, I mean, if you didn't watch, Washington miss the field goal, but they called Dexter Lawrence offside. But if you watch the replay and have a zoomed in version of it, you literally see the ball and him move at the exact same time.
Yeah.
So a little bit heartbreaking.
You wouldn't know that if you didn't have the all 22.
To be fair, the refs, but I mean, to be that confident to call it, I don't know. It's just, I mean, it sucks. It's a sucky situation, and I feel bad.
Now, so he technically moves a split second before. I'm watching it right now. He technically moves a split second before, but nothing you would be able to catch with the naked eye, full motion as a ref on the field.
Yeah,
you wouldn't if you were just to watch that one time from a further away distance. You wouldn't be able to tell that he's jumping off sides, and it's microseconds before that he moves.
Yeah.
Because his head bobs and then the snap goes. But I mean, the head bob and like the extension forward happens essentially at the same time. Nothing that you would be able to catch as a referee on the field of play.
But also, why are you even jumping that early? If you're
Fair enough. I mean, like yes, the refs kind of screwed him. But if you're Dexter Lawrence and
Why are you jumping there? Like
You don't need to. You're the interior guy. You don't need to. The ball's right in front of you.
The odds of you blocking it are so low, it's unreal. Also, you are next to the ball, so you literally see when it moves.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's just. I mean, like, yes. The refs might have gotten this wrong, but also Dexter Lawrence, you have to be more disciplined and know.
Yeah. Wait another half
doing.
second before
don't the refs, but don't put your team in that position. Also,
yeah,
it goes both ways. Anyway, yeah, the Washington missed a 48-yard field goal. This offsides call. They made the ensuing 43-yard field goal to win the game with time expiring. Another heartbreaking loss for Giants fans, and they are 0-2 to start the season. Washington is 1-1 now atop, or no, technically the Eagles are still atop of that division.
Philly.
But will that change this week? Let's get into the actual games here. Let me go to my phone here because I don't want to kill my laptop. We have Bengals Bears as the first game on the slate, and this could be one of the more interesting games. I mean,
yeah,
we did make a joke early on in the episode about how it wasn't a great slate of games this week. Nothing really catching your eye. Intriguing. There's a couple games in here.
Yeah.
And that we'll get to them. But Bengals Bears has the opportunity to be. The Bears are 2.5-point favorites here. I like the Bengals in this one.
I'm taking the Bengals in this
I like
game.
how they looked against the Vikings.
And I'll tell you right now, my answer may change if Justin Fields starts, but as long as Andy Dalton is the starter, I'm taking the Bengals in this game.
The thing is, what doesn't invoke confidence in me with Andy Dalton not being the starter is Matt Nagy. And if you watch the Bears Rams game, you kind of saw a little bit of this. He seems so intent in making Justin Fields his gadget player, just to kind of like throw him in there and like almost like a Taysom Hill kind of player,
which is so stupid.
Either freaking play him or don't.
Yeah,
you don't make a quarterback better by doing that. You make him better. Either throw him into the freaking fire and let him see how he reacts.
Yeah,
or sit him and let
help
him learn. Let him get all the mental reps that he can, and then play him when he's ready. If you say he's ready by throwing him in the game as a gadget player, then throw him in as a starter. See how he plays.
Yeah. I mean, you're not winning a lot of games with Andy. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
No, they're not winning a lot of games with Andy. They're not winning a lot of games with that secondary. I can tell you that much. But we saw last year the success of rookie quarterbacks being thrown in. Joe Burrow played fantastic up until his injury.
Justin Herbert,
won Rookie of the Year. Tua showed flashes.
Tua went 6-2.
He went as a starter. He went 6-2. Those rookie quarterbacks were successful in their own ways. But
you're not going to
nonetheless.
It's I don't know, weird.
It's weird. It's Matt Nagy.
Did any rookie quarterback win in week 1? I don't think.
Mac Jones lost because Damian Harris sold him.
He also didn't really do a ton of playmaking. He just did a lot of dink and dunks.
I mean, he played well.
I don't know. I think people are overblowing how well he played. Jones, he had a high completion percentage, but that's because every pass was a dump off.
Here's the thing. That's how Mac Jones' career is going to go. That's the kind of player he is.
The thing.
He's not going to be on Mahomes. He's not going to run around to the left for 15 yards and throw it across his body to freaking Jacoby Myers 50 yards down the field. That's not going to happen.
But they only put up 16 points.
Correct. They did only put up 16 points.
That's not good enough to win in this league. If you hold a team to 17, you should be in a good position to win.
Correct.
They couldn't put up more than 17 points.
Correct. I'm trying to think of the rookie quarterbacks.
Trevor Lawrence didn't. Zach Wilson didn't.
No.
Trey Lance threw a touchdown technically on his
1 for 1, 5 yards and a tutty. He won, but he wasn't the starter.
Exactly. It's kind of like saying if Justin Fields, but Justin Fields also lost. But yeah. So no, not really.
No.
No starting quarterback.
There was also this stat that I saw that was the last rookie quarterback or the last first overall quarterback to win his debut was David Carr in 2004.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
What happened? I know Cam had the record for most yards by a rookie quarterback in his first game.
Yeah.
I just want to see what the final score of that game was. But yeah, we're both taking the Bengals to win.
Both taking the Bengals. I mean, it's going to be a close game here. I think. But I mean,
It very well could be.
what scares me is the Bengals offensive line against the Bears front. The Bears front is probably the best part of their team.
Yeah.
And it's with the Bengals offensive line not being good. It scares me. So look out for that. I would not bet on this game if I were you. But both me and T are taking the Bengals to win this one in Chicago.
We lost 28-21.
That's tragic.
Dude, Steve Smith had 8 catches for 178 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh.
That was Steven.
I mean, I know Cam balled out that game.
Cam had 422 yards. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
First ever game.
Texans Browns. This is one that the Browns should win. They're 13-point favorites. The biggest spread differential that the Browns have had since being reinstated into the National Football League in 1999.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no shock. Obviously, I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to take.
I'm taking the Browns.
I'm
too.
most likely taking the Browns to win every game for the rest of the year.
Shock.
But like, here's the thing with the Browns. I mean, I have them going 13-4, right? I mean, they already have the one loss that I would have given them. So like, there's only 3 more chances for them to lose in my brain.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, Browns. The thing is with the Texans, I really hope that what we saw last week was just Jacksonville's trash, because Houston looked good, which kind of scared me. And I don't want that to be the case. Like, Tadhg looked good.
Yeah.
Their defense looked solid. I mean, I came away with 3 picks, but I do think that was more about Jacksonville looking bad.
I mean, they're playing the worst team in the league last year.
Yeah.
In their first game. I mean, they got the divisional win. Good for them. They're literally first in the league right now, I think.
Yeah.
And that will not happen again. The Texans are not a good team. Let's not fool ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of a week 1 win against the worst team in the NFL, one of the worst teams in the NFL. Let's not fool ourselves. They have a below average roster with a below average to average quarterback with a running back room without a true number 1.
They aren't special anywhere.
They're not. They have no star power.
The Browns are special in a lot of places.
They are. The Browns are good. The Browns should wipe the floor with the Texans. It won't be close. Yeah. I've said that before, and I've been wrong.
Shock. But let's hope that you're right.
I said that for the Vikings-Bengals game. I'm pretty sure I said it for the Ravens-Raiders game.
Yeah. You were not on a hot streak.
I'm 0 for right now. So
I hope you're right this time, but please take it back. Please take it back.
And if the Texans win this game, I will have to eat my words, and we will have to have.
You will probably not allowed to be able to say anything more on this podcast.
Well, now I'm just gonna say that if like the Chargers play like the Chiefs, like the Chiefs should wipe the floor. I mean, then it's gonna happen. So
and it works out for you.
I'm picking the Browns. Teague's picking the Browns. We'll move to Rams Colts here. There's interdivisional matchup or interconference matchup. Rams are favored by 3.5 points on the road here. I like them to win this game. I mean, the Rams are just, I mean, we both have them as a top 3 team in the NFL. You have them as a top 2 team in the NFL.
Yeah.
This team is good. This team has a top 5 defense in the league, if not top 1. They have a good quarterback now, a quarterback who's going to sling it finally.
Yeah.
They have a decent wide receiver core with a good tight end, a decent O-line. And I mean, their running backs are, I guess, where they're the weakest. And it's not even like Darrell Henderson's. We haven't seen a lot from him as a starting running back. So I guess like we just have to see how it goes. But I mean, he had a fine game last week.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Colts they have a chance to steal this one.
They do because of their defense.
Their defense is good, and their offensive line is going to be one of the better that the Rams will play.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz looked fine last week. So I mean, they're just really thin at receiver, honestly. The Colts
Exactly.
are. And Jonathan Taylor did not look good at all last week. So
against the Seahawks defense I mean, they're good at stopping the run sometimes, but their overall defense is not good.
It just leads me to believe they're probably going to bounce back in a better way. So I wouldn't be shocked with an upset here.
No.
I'm also taking the Rams to win, though.
There you go. We have an AFC East matchup for the second week in a row. We got Bills Dolphins here.
It's so nice to not be a Patriots fan anymore, to be honest with you. Like, to not have to root for them is such a relief of a feeling.
You kind of sold, I'm not gonna lie. You rooted for a team for a whole year that beat your team in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because it had my team's greatest quarterback that the franchise has ever seen on it. So sue me. Bills Dolphins. I mean, this line leads me to believe that people are already kind of over freaking out about the Steelers loss. I'm taking the Bills to win this one.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Bills to win this one.
Like, Dolphins, no sleep on them, but like, they didn't particularly play well last week against the Patriots. Patriots just didn't play well. Like, the Patriots just didn't look good, and neither did the Dolphins really. But the Dolphins just looked less not good. So like,
they described it perfectly. I saw this a couple times either on Twitter or YouTube, where it was like they said Tua did just enough to win the game for them last week.
Yeah, and Mac didn't. Like, I don't know. Mac Jones, I feel like his ceiling is so low. And his floor, like, yeah, while it's maybe one of the highest out of the rookie quarterbacks, doesn't mean it's like out of this world, like, high. It's like he could be an average starter in the NFL. And
I think he's got more potential than that. I disagree. I think he's got a higher ceiling because of
how high of a ceiling do you think?
I'm not going to say he's going to be the next Tom Brady like some people are, because I'm not insane and a psychopath.
My only thing is, yeah, he looked good at Alabama, right? Like, he looked really good. Let's firstly think of all the players that he had. Now let's think. Oh, I love this point that I forget who I was watching made. It might have been Colin Cowherd. So going to college football, Alabama, Bryce Young looked unreal in his like first two games. He looks unreal. The Alabama team looks unstoppable, like undefeated. Like, they look amazing. Then you go to Clemson. Clemson looked horrible. Looked absolutely terrible. Were people too high on Mac Jones? We see what happens when Trevor Lawrence leaves Clemson. Both of them terrific programs. Trevor Lawrence leaves Clemson, the whole team falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Jones leave Bama, they look just as good, if not better than they did. Like, I think, yes, Mac Jones looked great in college. He also comes from a system where everyone looks great. AJ McCarron, we thought was going to be the next guy.
Here's the thing. Alabama quarterbacks do not have a good track record in the NFL.
No. Which is what leads me to think, okay, maybe people are still too high on this kid. Like,
I mean, here's the thing. He's one game into his NFL career. Yeah. I'm not going to say that, oh, this guy's only going to be like average. I mean, to me, potential wise right now, he looked good enough to be in that system and just to dink and dunk down the field in the play style of a Drew Brees or a Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's going to be as good as them.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Those guys put up points. This team put up 16. And I realize it's only week one, but that again is all that we have to go off of at the moment.
Correct.
So he plays the Jets this week. We'll get to that game.
We'll get to that game next, but I mean, I say he could be a top 10 quarterback sometime in the league. In his future. In his future, yes. I'm saying that's his ceiling. That's the highest that he can ever perform. I mean, here's the thing. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that's his ceiling.
The ceiling of being a top 10 quarterback, where you didn't like the 10th best quarterback? Top 10 is one
somewhere in the top 10.
Well, if someone's ceiling is the best quarterback in the league, that's pretty good.
I'd say give him, all right, just for the sake of having a number here, anywhere from 6 to 10, the bottom half right there. That's his absolute ceiling. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. Comment below.
Can I disagree right now?
What's his ceiling? What's Mac Jones' ceiling in the NFL? And the beautiful thing about this is that we have to wait years and years and years to get our answer. So, or If he's bad, we'll get our answer a lot sooner than we think.
I think he's gonna have inflated stats because of his completions and attempts both being high. Like he got 29 for 39 or something like that.
Sure.
And like that sounds good, but it also he had less than 300 yards and he threw the ball 39 times.
Yeah.
Like he had less, I think he had 260 maybe. Like, I don't know. It just something about that game did not scream, oh, Mac Jones is like amazing in the NFL. It was like they put up 16 points. I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence showed flashes of greatness while having some stupid boneheaded plays. I'd rather see that than, I can dump the ball off every play to my running backs and like screens and like slants. Like Trevor Lawrence made some throws that were unreal. His touchdown to DJ Chark.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
fantastic.
There are not a lot of quarterbacks that can make that throw. Like
fantastic
that's what I want to see, like flashes. I don't want to see, this quarterback has the potential to just dump it off. Like, I don't know.
And where we stand in this opinion is perfectly correlating to
with our every opinion that we have, like Chiefs and Bucks. Like it's just always about our personality.
I will take the guy who doesn't show any mistakes or many and who manages the game perfectly and puts his team in a position to win. I know, but I'm not comparing Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence here. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then over the guy that, while he shows flashes of being great, he also makes really stupid mistakes.
Like Brett
throws
Favre.
a few picks and turns the ball over a lot. But that's just
also, I mean, let's not, if you guys are listening, I'm not saying that I would rather have a quarterback who loses the game and shows flashes of greatness. Like if it's a quarterback winning a game, yeah, I want the quarterback who managed the game and won the game. But in the scenario of two rookie quarterbacks in their first game, what do I want as a coach to see? I want to see flashes of greatness mixed in with some mistakes that rookies are going to make, rather than a guy who doesn't make a ton of mistakes, but also shows no flashes of greatness, just shows that he can dump the ball off. I'd rather see the other. But anyways, back to this Bills-Dolphins game.
Bills win.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, on to the Patriots-Jets game. We talked about the Patriots enough, I think. Yeah. We're almost halfway through the podcast, and we still have a lot of games to get to here. Jets didn't look good against the Panthers. Patriots should win this.
Zach Wilson had a couple moments where he looked like he made a couple of really cool looking plays. Like
Zach Wilson,
super talented guy. Excuse me. I'm just going to take the Patriots just out of respect for Bill Belichick. Defense doesn't look unreal. Just kind of looks like a borderline, top 10 defense.
Sure.
But I'm in comparison to the Jets, miles away from each other. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots.
Yeah. And
Mac Jones should look good in this game.
Agreed. If the Jets want to keep Zach Wilson as their franchise quarterback, they need to find an offensive line to protect him.
Yeah.
6 sacks allowed against the Panthers. And granted, the Panthers have a pretty decent front. But still, 6 sacks in any game that should not happen.
Yeah.
The Jets need to find an offensive line quick if they want Zach Wilson to survive 3, 4, 10 years in that system. Yeah. 49ers Eagles here in an NFC matchup. This one should get Jake really. He wanted us to. He was like, guys, we won. He was talking to me and Teague. He was like, here's the thing. We beat the Falcons by 26 points. You gotta have to put some respect on our name. And I will. They played well against.
They played extremely well.
Jalen Hurts looked fantastic
against a bad defense,
against a bottom 5 team.
But he played really well.
They played really well. Take it with a grain of salt, just because of who they played, but nonetheless, they looked fantastic. They have the 49ers this week in Philly. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm going to take Philly. Part of it is we have had the same picks so far in every game. So it's more fun. And I do somewhat believe in Philadelphia. The thing is, the 49ers did not look as good as the Eagles looked last week. They both played bottom 5 teams.
Correct.
So, and what we both had as the Lions being a worse team than the Falcons.
Yeah.
And the Eagles looked better than the Niners did. So while I don't know necessarily that the Eagles are a better team than the Niners, I'm not saying that. I do think that this game is in Philadelphia and has upset written all over it because everyone's expecting the Niners to win.
And it is only a 3-point favorite in Vegas. So
yeah, I'm going Eagles here. Jake, shout out to you. I do think this has upset written all over it. The 49ers defense did not look spectacular, especially at the end of that game, allowing 33 points to the Lions offense.
Yeah.
Think about that. So Eagles, I very well may be wrong on this. I smell an upset here. Give me Philadelphia in this game.
Yeah. I can't say that I would be shocked if the Eagles won this game. But I am expecting the Niners to win it. But again, this one I feel like will be close. Closer than people are making it out to be.
Yeah.
We have the Raiders who are 1-0 for whatever reason against the Steelers this week in an AFC
who also
matchup.
Are 1-0 for whatever reason against the Bills.
Yeah. Two teams that probably shouldn't have won week one, but did. And a win is a win is a win. You take them when you can in the NFL.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 6.5-point favorites. Yeah. The Steelers are winning this game. The Raiders defense.
Caleb, I would tread very lightly here for your own sake.
I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm saying that the Steelers will win this game.
I think I'll take the Steelers as well. Raiders could surprise us here. But again, week one is so hard to judge who's good and who's not. Correct. I don't think either of these teams are very good. But I think the Steelers have a good chance to go 2-0 here, which is huge because that puts them atop the division far and away again, because they get a jump on both the Ravens, who lost to the Raiders on the, but here, that's the thing. Bryson, thank you for the reminder. Josh Jacobs is not playing.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, so it will be the Steelers. I guess Kenyon Drake isn't like Josh Jacobs isn't this unreal.
It's not like Josh Jacobs is the X factor between the Raiders winning and the Raiders losing.
But he does help them win. But yeah, I'll take the Steelers in this one. The Ravens lost to the Raiders, and I think the Ravens are better than the Steelers.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think the Steelers are going to win this one.
Yeah, hopefully the Steelers corners will actually guard their receivers during for the full route instead of just letting them go and jogging slightly.
Shout out Marlon.
He got that contract and was just like, yeah, screw you guys. I'm not playing football anymore. Next game here on our list. Two more 1:00 games. Excuse me. Saints Panthers. This I don't think is going to be a Saints blowout as some people are projecting. I think the Saints win this one.
I'm taking the Panthers to win, and obviously
that's shocking.
Caleb,
I want you to know you have
I don't want to hear anything from you
right now.
I'm taking the Panthers to win here. Really? Is he taking the Eagles to win?
Yes. If that gives you any confidence, which it shouldn't.
Micah's really gonna be right this week. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's already 0-1, so like he's off to a great start.
So I don't have the same picks as him.
Well, I mean, for Sunday, you do.
I'm taking the Panthers to win this game just because I think the Saints are on too high of a high right now. Coming off a big blowout win, I think that is a recipe for disaster for teams, especially going away. There's the second away game for them in a row, and it's the second straight home game for Carolina. I think that is more than people are making it out to be. That does mean a lot. The Saints have been away from home for a long time. Panthers are in a position that they can win. It's only a 3-point favorite game. It's only a field goal. I think the Panthers are going to upset this one. Sam Darnold has looked pretty good last week. Our defense looked really good last week. Christian McCaffrey looked really good last week, and that's all that we can ask for from this team.
Teague, I'm going to say this to help you out a little bit.
Okay.
This is a 2-possession game, if not more, for the Saints.
Thank you. Do you actually believe that, or are you just trying to help
I do. I do believe that. The Panthers, while they won and Sam Darnold looked pretty good, did not do enough to me against the Jets to garner them upsetting the Saints here.
Okay.
The Saints look fantastic against one of the league's best offenses from last year. And while I agree that they are on a high right now, the thing about road trips is that it strengthens teams. I've seen this before with the Chargers, who didn't play a home game for 5 weeks in the 2018 season. We went 4-1 in those games, went 12-4 in the season.
It does strengthen some teams, but I wouldn't say all teams are strengthened. That's why most teams play better at home than away.
Well, I mean, most teams play better at home just because you have the crowd and you have momentum.
Yeah.
And you have the crowd on your side. I get that.
This is the second away game. It could be draining, especially if they get off to a rough start and the crowd is in their face and then they start doubting what they did last week. Oh, because I mean, players are human. You have to think about that.
Of course.
They could start doubting and be like, oh, maybe, Rodgers is throwing the season away, thinking of crazy stuff like that. And then they get in their own head. Then Carolina could run away with it. Obviously, that's
so much of football is a mental game as it is a physical game. It's all confidence based. I mean, if your confidence is shot, you will not play well.
Exactly.
But I really do not see the Panthers winning this game. It is a divisional game, granted. So me saying it's going to be a 2-possession game is probably helping you out here.
Appreciate that.
The divisional games are always tough.
Yeah.
Because they're usually close games. Even if it is like, say, trying to think of a good example here. Like the Buccaneers and the Falcons, which actually is a game this week. So say it's those teams, and that game, I mean, we saw it last year. I'm pretty sure the Falcons beat the Bucs last year late in the season. So great 18 for tweet text from Bryson right there.
Facts.
I'm taking the Saints in a big one here. You're taking the Panthers to upset. Broncos Jags, 6-point favorite for the Broncos, and it hurts me to say, yeah, Broncos are.
I don't know. I think this game could be closer. I'm definitely taking the Broncos to win. But like, I want to see Trevor Lawrence's progression throughout the season. How much better is he getting week after week? Because he's, again, a prospect that we really haven't had much experience with being picked since he's a sophomore in high school. Like, there's not a lot of guys like that. And so I want to see how he's progressing in the NFL. I'm taking the Broncos to win this game. But again, this is one of those ones where Jacksonville could, for no reason, surprise all of us and off a horrible loss against a really bad team, play really well against a solid team. Like,
I'm excited to see how Trevor Lawrence bounces back from a loss here. He hasn't lost in the regular season since middle school,
essentially.
So, like, literally, like, he has not lost a regular season game dating back.
Because I know he only had one loss. He didn't lose in before his junior year of high school.
Yeah, and they lost in the playoffs.
And they lost in the playoffs. Yeah,
and then same thing in the. I mean, he didn't lose in the regular season when he was at Clemson.
Just bowl games. Yeah,
is all bowl games or college playoff games. Yeah,
playoff.
And then when Clemson did lose games, he was hurt or out with COVID or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have the Broncos in this one. I wouldn't be super surprised if the Jags upset, and I'm rooting for that to happen.
Me too, honestly.
But
I don't even have anything against the Broncos. I just want Trevor Lawrence to do well.
I would love Trevor Lawrence to ball out here. Absolutely. Perfect. Have a 400-yard 4-touchdown game, no picks. Please.
That would be awesome.
It won't happen against this Broncos defense, I don't think.
No. Well, now that you said that, it's going to happen.
Perfect. I'm trying to jinx as many things as I can here. First in the afternoon window, we got the Vikings and Cardinals as we hurry along here. Vikings looked not as good as I thought they were. Cardinals looked better than I thought they were going to. Cardinals are only 3.5-point favorites. I like the Cardinals in this one, and dare I say it, big.
Are we shocked that you are high on the Vikings? And
Kirk played fine. I don't want to hear it. Kirk was classic. Not the issue.
Last year, you were like, dude, the Vikings are like pretty much the best team in that division. And then
Kirk Cousins played well.
Kirk Cousins didn't do enough to win.
No, Arizona sure did.
Arizona is winning this game.
Yeah, big. Yeah. I'm going to say it. It's going to be a big one.
You're just saying that so that the Vikings win.
I'm saying it so Kirk Cousins has the game of his life. But I truly believe the Cardinals. I mean,
I don't know if it'll be big, just because I think the Vikings can keep up with a lot of teams in the NFL, including the Cardinals. And their O-line isn't necessarily terrible.
No.
So just like, I don't know. I think the Cardinals are a better team than the Vikings when it's all said and done. So I think the Cardinals are going to win this game, but I think the Vikings are going to stay in it.
Sure. Yeah, both taking the Cardinals, I think, and with confidence. would you say?
Yeah. Fairly confident.
Agreed. Falcons, Bucks, 12.5-point favorites. Again, it's a divisional game, but
Bucks.
these teams are so far and away from each other. It's not even funny. Bucks.
Falcons, it's rough, guys. Because when you come off a loss to a team that, some people expected you, like you were
was supposed
fair
to be
matchup.
a bottom 5 team.
Yeah, if you guys are facing off against each other and you're both bad and people are expecting it to be a toss-up and you get ran, you want to come back and win the next week. It's not happening against the Buccaneers.
Bad matchup for that to happen.
If they win, all power to them, but I'm going to go ahead and say it will not be close. So I hope I'm wrong. Actually, I don't hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, Buccaneers should win this one handily. Not much more to say.
No.
Cowboys Chargers in probably one of the better games this week.
I'll agree.
2 high-flying offenses and 2 okay defenses.
Yeah, Cowboys defense did look better than we all assumed it would look.
Yeah. Herbert and Dak should combine for 800 yards, 900
genuinely
yards,
they genuinely might have 800
touchdowns.
Yards.
They should. And I'm not lying, they did this past. Or no, they did not 8 touchdowns. But
yeah, I was gonna say Justin Herbert maybe through.
He had 1 touchdown, so that helps. Dak had what, 4?
Yeah.
So they basically played the same style of the same. They played the same. I don't know. I mean, I'm picking the Chargers. I don't think anybody's shocked by that. This will be a very close game. I'm going to go ahead. Surprised if we lose this one.
I'm going to pick the Cowboys just for a little parity between our picks, and
Fair
because
enough.
I think the Cowboys deserve, depending on how they play, of course, if they play well, they'll deserve to be 1-1. Just because they played well last week.
Yeah,
and the Chargers didn't. The Chargers played well last week as well, but I don't know. I think them both being 1-1 would make me feel a little bit better than the Chargers being 2-0 and the Cowboys being 0-2 if they both play well.
Fair enough.
Cowboys. I'll give it to them. Dak looked really good.
Yeah, Dak looked fantastic.
Zeke did not, but maybe he'll look a little bit better against this Chargers defense rather than the Bucs defense.
Yeah. I think if the Chargers have a shot to win this game, it's to put the ball in Dak's hands as many times as possible.
The Chargers. Stop the run.
We can't stop the run. It's something that we've struggled with for.
To put the ball in Dak's hands?
Put the ball in Dak's hands as many times as possible. Yes. Because I know Dak is a fantastic player. Zeke is also a fantastic player. We cannot stop the run. It's something we've struggled with for so long. Our interior defensive line, especially with Justin Jones, who's a starter on our defense and who played pretty well last week, is not going to play. That it doesn't bode well for our run defense. Our run defense is not good. Our best run stopper is a linebacker. We have Linval Joseph, but he can't be in all 5 gaps. That can't happen. I trust our secondary. I trust Derwin James. I don't trust it a lot. I mean, this should be a 40-40 game. Like if there was ever a chance for both teams to put up 40, this should be the game to do it this week. Yeah. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared of that Cowboys
offense.
A
good game.
It should be a fantastic game.
I
won't necessarily be upset if we lose this game just because
I'll be heading into work right at 4:30. I'll be heading into work.
Ooh.
So I'll get to watch it while I'm serving. That's exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah, should be a good game. Hopefully it's not a blowout. I'll be sad if it's a blowout. Depending on how the game. If it's a blowout for the Chargers, yay. But if not, whatever. We'll see how it goes tomorrow at 4:25. Chargers favored by 3. Titans Seahawks in the last of the afternoon games. Seahawks favored by 6.5. I'm picking them for sure based off how the Titans played last week.
Seahawks played amazing last week.
Sorry, Bryson and Chase. I know you're listening. The Titans. I think you would agree with me that the Titans looked like a pile of poo-poo last week.
They did look like a pile of poo-poo. The Seahawks looked like a pile of woo-woo in a good way. Like they looked really, really good.
This will be the last episode of What the Football.
The Titans. I think the Titans will play better. I mean, I hope.
I hope so.
I hope to the heavens that they do. They just need to figure out what the hell happened last week.
Sure.
Because there's not really an excuse to play that poorly against a team whose defense isn't even like something that people were talking about. I don't know. I think when it's all said and done, the Titans could win this game. But the Seahawks should and are most likely going to.
Bryson, he did in fact just say woo woo, and yes, they did play like, or that was Maddie. Excuse me, Maddie. Yes, he did just say woo woo.
The whole
Bryson,
squad.
yes, they did actually play like caca. I do think Chase. I mean, you bring up. I do think you guys will bounce back. You can't get much worse than what you played last week.
Yeah, I mean, I sure hope you bounce back for
If
Julio
it does
Jones'
get worse,
sake.
throw away your season, please.
Yeah, you guys need to start tanking for
Tanking
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, he's okay. I'm sorry, he is ugly. Like I don't really want to bash him like that. Like I know God
Oh my
created him,
gosh.
like I'm not, but like
It's a
he's
horrible
not an
thing to say.
attractive looking person at all.
I would marry him, given the chance.
Nice. Would it be a gold digger T? Chiefs and Ravens here in the Sunday night slot.
Too close of a line.
Agreed. Chiefs 3.5.
Chiefs
8.5. Genuinely.
Chiefs 40. What if they win?
Well, now the Ravens are going to win.
No.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs win this one here. Tank for Howell. If you saw how Howell played against Virginia Tech, wow. You wouldn't want to tank for that.
Tank for DJ Ugalele.
Yeah. Sick name.
Chiefs are winning this game.
Yeah.
Mahomes is amazing. The whole Chiefs.
Awesome, dude. Mahomes is amazing.
I really have a hot take. Mahomes is great. But yeah, I mean the Ravens just lost to the Raiders. And the Chiefs like beat the Browns. Like Browns are a really good team. Like I don't know, like just even take away last season and the whole team's history of these two quarterbacks playing each other. Even in week 1, the Chiefs looked like a really good team and the Ravens didn't. Chiefs should win this game. And it should be by more than 3 or 4 points.
There you go. All right. Well, let's move on to the Monday night game, which is Lions Packers. And the Packers are favored despite how badly they lost last week. They're favored by 11.5 points.
Yeah. I'm taking the Packers to win this game.
Yeah, me too.
No disrespect to the Lions. I think the Lions obviously have more potential and have a brighter future than either of us thought or most people think. But the future is not right now.
Definitely
not. Played really well. Well, that's just a fact. The future is not right now. The future is always ahead. But you guys played fairly well. Almost had an incredible comeback against the Niners. But I do think that the Packers are hopefully going to show up this week. And not play but if they play badly, they're genuinely not a team in the NFL in my eyes anymore.
No, I mean they've gone from solid to like the solid that comes out of my body. That's what has happened. For the Packers in week 1. I'm taking them to win, and it shouldn't be close, but yeah, it might be. It's a divisional game. These Lions Packers games they're what I've learned from the past couple of years watching a Packers Lions game, and trust me, that's not a fun experience. Is the Lions are close within the first half. They have a lead. Oh my gosh, are they going to do this? Second quarter comes around. Okay, it's tied. Third quarter comes around. They're down by 40. It always happens that way.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting it to happen this way again. It's a lot of Packers Lions games that I've seen in the recent future. So Packers win this one. Teague has the Packers winning this. Yeah. Chase, I don't even know, dude.
I don't know what's happening.
This is probably
this is probably my favorite episode we've ever done, to be honest.
It's been a fun one. Just
so
because
funny.
of the random things that I'm feeling. Is it raining outside, dude? I hope not. Sorry, no, I didn't even that was poorly timed, but okay, no, it's not. I hope it doesn't rain. App State plays Elon. That's not the NFL. We have our offensive and defensive players of the week for each division here.
I'm going to
I'll
work
get us
today,
started here in the offense for the AFC side. Give me Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, poopies.
I like how he played last week. He played pretty well against the Giants defense that we thought was good.
Sure.
And sure is yours.
Sure.
Sure, the hockey way. Sure. First, you put the bacon on the grill.
Never.
Oh
Gosh.
wow. Oh my. The Aki way. I want something the Aki way.
I do so badly.
Oh wow, it looks so
badly.
good. Do you have a job or something? What? I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I kept saying that I'm going to work today.
Oh.
Okay, so you have Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater looked really good last week. He's playing the Jaguars this week. Expect him to have a big game. I like him a lot. Unsubscribe. Okay. You person? No. Yeah. Teddy Bridgewater, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Who is your?
Okay. I have a fun one, and his name is Joey B. Joe Burrow.
I like it.
Joe Burrow is playing Chicago's secondary, which isn't fantastic. Joe Burrow looked really good last week. Joe Burrow's receiving core is really good, honestly. Jamar, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, like Joe Mixon, even out of the backfield. Like their offense has some pieces to it.
Yeah.
Give me Joe Burrow for this week for Offensive Player of the Week.
I like it. Isn't it kind of sad that Joe Burrow is the second best Joe B in the league? Joey B. It's kind of sad.
Joe B.
Joey Bosa. Hello.
Ew.
If Caleb gives us some more ASMR than Bryson. Okay. This is for Bryson.
My AFC Defensive Player of the Week from the Los Angeles Chargers is Derwin James. He played pretty well last week. And in a game where there might not be a lot of defense, I have the Chargers winning. I look like Rudolph right now.
You too.
I have the Chargers winning this game. And if there's going to be a factor here, it's going to be Derwin James on the defense, making big plays as he always does.
That is genuinely shocking from you.
Bryson, will you resub now? Because I hated that.
Maddie also hated that. Defensively,
make it stop.
Defensively,
Mom, pick me up.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you who I got from the AFC. I'll let you guess. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, but I'll let you guess.
AFC North, go. Who is it? Go quick.
Oh, it's genuinely gonna be John Johnson III.
It is. No, it's not. It's TJ Watt this week. Steelers. You know, they have a matchup that's favorable to them playing Las Vegas. Las Vegas's offensive line is not particularly great. Give me TJ Watt to just absolutely ruin their day.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 sacks last week. Expect him to keep that up this week.
Yeah.
NFC Offensive Player of the Week. I'll let you take these two here first.
All right, we got a little comeback story here. Aaron Rodgers is mine after being the literal worst quarterback in the league.
I thought about it.
He was the worst QB in the league last week. Why not make him the best this week, right? I mean,
sure.
We all know he has the talent to have this kind of game, and it's against the Lions, who are not good. Like talent-wise, they shouldn't be good at least. So give me Aaron Rodgers to make some plays and to steal an NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
There you go. I have Staff as my NFC.
I thought about Stafford. Yeah.
I mean, he's playing the Colts against a good defense. But I really love how he played last week. She shined in his Rams debut. And I think he's going to have a fantastic season. I know it's early, but I mean, the Rams, besides the Buccaneers, they're the second best team in the NFC. I think we both agree on that. So they should have a pretty good season. And Stafford.
Maybe not the second best team, maybe the best team in the NFC.
Oh yeah, you have them as the best team in the NFC. Because shoot me for having the Super Bowl champions at number 1.
I'll shoot
Stafford you. At NFC. Offensive Player of the Week.
Sure.
What do you have as your NFC Defensive Player of the Week?
Defensively, so I guess since you decided to be a homer, I will be a Homer Simpson. And I'm taking Brian Burns to be Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. I mean, playing New Orleans, he's always a threat, though, to be honest. he's always a threat to do something because of how good he is. So against a team that's riding a high, who is not made uncomfortable last week, I think it's super important to make Jameis uncomfortable, force him into those mistakes that he has been prone to make in the past.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, then we can win this game. But it's going to come from forcing Jameis and putting him under pressure, which the Packers could not do at all last week. That the Panthers have the potential to do, and were one of the best teams at doing it last week against, of course, the Jets' offensive line. But hey, let's keep that going against this Saints team.
There you go. I like it. I have Buda Baker here. I mean, one of the best safeties in the league. Playing the Vikings in what I have as a blowout. I expect him to be, I mean, we had Chandler Jones as our player of the week last week.
Yeah.
The NFC defensive side, because he had 5 sacks. And I think you can't really give it to anybody else besides them. But in a game that I expect to be a blowout, give me Buda Baker, good for a pick, good for a sack, good for a couple PBUs, good for a tackle for loss. Sure. All over the field. Buda Baker will be this week. And there you go. I mean, that's the episode there pretty much. It's 10:56 Eastern Standard Time.
I got something for you.
Central.
Top 8 divisions. Like the ranking all the divisions.
Okay.
The best 8.
I was like, there are 8.
This was posted 22 hours ago, but it's not just from week 1. Like, what's everyone's record? Like, it's not what's everyone's overall record.
Okay.
It's
so
just
this is like projecting
ranking
pretty much
still,
how good these teams are.
Yeah. The best 8.
All right. Give me the NFC West at 1.
Okay. Correct.
I think AFC North at 2.
Correct.
No. Give me the AFC West at 3.
Correct. And 4 through 8 is where there could be
so
some.
What's sad about this is that AFC teams are the top 3 or AFC divisions.
NFC West is
wow, I'm
1.
dumb, aren't I?
You've named 3, and obviously one of them has to have more than the other.
Fair enough. Shoot. Number 4 will be the not the AFC South, not the NFC South.
No.
Ugh.
But I agree. It is the AFC East. I would flip this.
I would have had them flipped right there.
Yeah. So I guess I just told you number 5 is the NFC South.
Yeah.
So that is the top 5. Now 6, 7, and 8.
6, 7, and 8 here. So we have what left? The NFC East, the NFC North, and the AFC South.
Yeah.
Wow.
This should be pretty easy. Come on.
NFC North.
Yep.
6. And for the sake of keeping it an NFC least podcast, even though I might not necessarily agree with it in this case, because on the record, I'm saying this is NFC East, AFC South. But oh boy, we're an NFC least podcast first, football podcast second. Give me the NFC least in last.
It is in last place.
Yes,
you got it right.
Let's go. I'm happy with that, honestly. I mean,
the only one
you 8 out of 8, but I got 6 out of 8.
The one you got wrong is also the one that I agreed should have been flipped that way.
Yeah. So I got 8 out of 8 in my mind.
You got 8 out of 8.
I'm happy with it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. To this weird episode. Today's episode was brought to you by Goon,
Caleb,
and the Halifax Highlanders. That's our sponsor today.
And by this iPad. Don't touch
Don't
my pad.
touch my pad. Bull took my cigars. Thank you guys. Wow. If you don't want to listen ever again, don't blame you. Links are going to be down in the description below for our Instagram, our Twitter, our TikTok, our Patreon. Again, thank you guys so much for listening. We'd love to have you back on Monday after week 2. Hopefully it's better than we hope than we think it is.
Yeah.
And with that being said, this has been What the football?
What the football?
What the football?
And there it is.